What if the greatest mystery of our time is not hidden in the shadows of secret organizations, but inside the human mind itself? Every day, millions of people click, share, and passionately defend conspiracy theories that challenge official narratives. From claims of hidden governments to secret cures being suppressed, these ideas often spread faster than verified facts. But why? Why do so many people feel more drawn to complex, dramatic explanations than to carefully researched truth? In an age where information is available with a single tap, the attraction to conspiracy theories is not fading, it is growing. To understand this, we must look beyond the theories themselves and explore the psychology, emotional needs, and societal conditions that make them so powerful. Because the real story is not just about what people believe, but why they believe it. At the center of this phenomenon lies a simple human instinct, the desire for certainty in an uncertain world. Life is complex, unpredictable, and often unfair. Scientific explanations are filled with probabilities, evolving data, and sometimes unanswered questions. For many people, that ambiguity feels uncomfortable. Conspiracy theories offer something different: a clear cause, a clear villain, and a clear story. They turn chaos into a structured narrative. Instead of random events or systemic complexity, there is a hidden hand pulling the strings. That sense of explanation can be deeply comforting, even if it is not true. In this way, conspiracy theories do not just offer information. They offer emotional relief from confusion, fear, and the uncomfortable reality that some things simply cannot be controlled. Another powerful force behind conspiracy thinking is the natural human craving to feel special, informed, or in the know. There is a certain appeal in believing you possess hidden knowledge that the majority of people do not. It creates a feeling of superiority, of being more aware, more intelligent, or more awake than the mainstream. This psychological reward is often stronger than the desire for accuracy. When someone accepts a conspiracy theory, they are not just accepting an idea, they are accepting a new identity. They become part of a group that sees the world differently. That sense of belonging and uniqueness fulfills a deep social need. And once someone is emotionally invested in that identity, abandoning the belief feels like losing a part of themselves. Social media has only amplified this effect. Algorithms are designed to show users content that aligns with their existing beliefs and preferences. If a person watches one conspiracy-related video, the platform is likely to recommend dozens more. Over time, this creates an echo chamber, a digital environment where only similar ideas are repeated and reinforced. In such a space, the conspiracy does not appear fringe. It appears normal, popular, and supported by countless others. Meanwhile, opposing views are filtered out or labeled as lies. This constant reinforcement strengthens the belief system and makes it increasingly difficult for outside facts to break through. It is not just misinformation spreading. It is a fully immersive reality being built around the user. Trust also plays a critical role in all of this. Many conspiracy theories grow strongest in times when public trust in governments, media, and major institutions is low. Historical events, corruption scandals, military secrets, and corporate lies have shown that not every official story is true. Those real examples of deception become fuel for a broader suspicion. If they lied before, they could be lying again. Over time, healthy skepticism can turn into deep cynicism, where any official explanation is automatically rejected. In that mindset, the truth is no longer measured by evidence, but by opposition. The more something is denied by authorities, the more some people believe it must be true. Fear is another key driver. In moments of crisis, such as pandemics, economic collapse, terrorist attacks, or natural disasters, the brain desperately searches for meaning. Random tragedy is one of the hardest things for humans to accept. Conspiracy theories transform fear into a story with intention. If something terrible happened, someone must have planned it. Even if that idea is frightening, it can still feel more tolerable than the thought that chaos exists without reason. Ironically, believing in a powerful hidden enemy can feel safer than believing the world is truly unpredictable. At least with an enemy, the mind can imagine an explanation, a strategy, and sometimes even a false sense of control. There is also a neurological factor at play. The human brain is a pattern-seeking machine. It looks for connections, even where none exist. This trait helped our ancestors survive by quickly identifying threats and opportunities. But in the modern world, this same process can lead us to see meaning in coincidence and intention in randomness. Two unrelated events happening close together can suddenly feel linked. A random number, a repeating symbol, a vague similarity. The brain connects the dots and builds a narrative. Conspiracy theories take advantage of this natural tendency. They are built from fragments of truth, misunderstandings, and coincidence, woven into a story that feels convincing precisely because the brain wants it to be. Once a conspiracy belief takes root, it becomes surprisingly resistant to change. Psychological studies show that when people are presented with evidence that contradicts their beliefs, they often do not adjust their views. In fact, they may believe even more strongly. This is known as the backfire effect. The mind interprets the new information as an attack and moves into defensive mode. It seeks out more content that supports the original belief and dismisses everything else as manipulation. In some cases, the stronger the evidence against the conspiracy, the more it reinforces the idea that they must be trying to hide something. This creates a closed loop that is extremely difficult to break. Culture and storytelling also contribute to the appeal. Movies, television shows, novels, and video games are filled with themes of secret societies, hidden codes, underground experiments, and powerful elites controlling the world. These stories are exciting, dramatic, and emotionally gripping. Over time, the line between fiction and reality can begin to blur for some viewers. The real world, with its slow investigations and complex systems, can seem dull in comparison. A conspiracy theory, however, feels cinematic. It has suspense, heroes, villains, and twists. In a way, it turns ordinary life into a dramatic narrative. And for a human mind wired for stories, that can be far more attractive than a dry, data-filled explanation. But the dangers of this attraction are real and growing. Conspiracy theories can lead to mistrust in medical science, rejection of life-saving treatments, attacks on democratic institutions, and even acts of violence. They can divide families, weaken communities, and create an us versus them mentality that is hard to undo. Most importantly, they can pull attention away from real problems and real solutions. While people chase imaginary enemies, genuine issues such as poverty, inequality, climate change, and mental health go unaddressed. The emotional energy is spent fighting an illusion rather than improving reality. In this way, conspiracy theories do not just misinform, they distract. The challenge, then, is not to mock or shame those who believe in conspiracies, but to understand them. Many people who fall into these belief systems are not foolish or malicious. They are often searching for clarity, justice, and security in a world that feels unstable. The answer is not censorship alone, but education, critical thinking, and open, respectful dialogue. When people are taught how to evaluate sources, recognize bias, and question their own assumptions, they become less vulnerable to manipulation. Truth does not need to be louder. It needs to be clearer, more relatable, and more human. In the end, the attraction to conspiracy theories tells us something important about ourselves. It reveals our fears, our hopes, our need for meaning, and our struggle to accept uncertainty. It shows that in a fast-changing world, many people feel left behind, unheard, or overwhelmed. Conspiracy theories offer them a voice, a story, and a sense of control. But real empowerment does not come from hidden plots. It comes from understanding, responsibility, and connection. When people feel informed, respected, and included, the appeal of conspiracy thinking begins to lose its power. So the question is no longer why people are attracted to conspiracy theories. The question is how we, as a society, choose to respond. Will we continue to let fear and fiction shape our realities, or will we commit to curiosity, evidence, and empathy? Even when the truth is complex, uncomfortable, or incomplete. In a world filled with noise, the bravest act may simply be to pause, to think, and to ask for proof instead of promises. Because in the end, the most powerful conspiracy of all is the one that convinces us to stop questioning. And the greatest truth is the courage to start again.